Since 1999, Ben L. Smith High School has collaborated with the Secondary Teacher Education Program at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. As Guilford County Public Schools' most culturally and linguistically diverse secondary school, Smith High School became a central location for placement of interns and student teachers, some of whom remained there in permanent teaching positions at Smith. In 2009, UNCG School of Education and Smith High School formed a professional development high school partnership. Not only was Smith a location for interns and student teachers to practice their skills in becoming licensed teachers, at the request of in-service teachers at Smith, UNCG School of Education faculty conducted professional development for in-service teachers, such as adapting textbooks for English learners and follow-up school district-generated Sheltered Instruction Observation Protocol, or SIOP training.
I'm Holt Wilson. I'm an assistant professor of math education at UNC Greensboro, and I support the middle and secondary teacher preparation and master's degree programs. So, our teacher education and master's programs focus on research-based knowledge of students' mathematical thinking and student-centered instructional practices that will help teachers support all students in learning more mathematics. Specifically, there's a focus in both the undergraduate and master's courses in looking at instructional tasks, making sure that they are of high cognitive demand and that are aligned with the Common Core and allow students to engage in the standards for mathematical practice. Another focus is looking at classroom discourse practices that teachers can use to promote students or that can promote student-centered learning environments and allow students to, again, engage with the standards for mathematical practice. I think historically the emphasis on procedural understandings of mathematics, coupled with the climate of high-stakes testing and accountability models, make it really difficult for teachers to adjust their instructional routines to allow students to participate more actively in their learning. Schools like Smith that deserve really diverse populations are under even more pressure to perform as measured by these tests. And those tests largely focus on getting answers rather than the process of solving a mathematical problem, mathematical reasoning, and communication. Teachers at Smith High School bring a deep commitment to supporting all their students in learning mathematics, to understanding and using the mathematical thinking that the students have as resources for instruction, and to helping their students see mathematics as a way of participating in their world, in society.
One of the major challenges in working with English learners is the academic support for both their content area development and academic language proficiency growth. The Sheltered Instruction Observation Protocol, or the SIOP model, is designed to offer content area teachers an instructional guide and a lesson evaluation tool to focus on both content and language instruction in class. To implement the SIOP model, teachers are expected to use both the content standards and English language proficiency standards. In North Carolina, WIDA English language proficiency standards are used to guide instructional planning and assessments for English learners. The standards are organized by content areas, grade level clusters, and focus on 4 language domains: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Each standard covers learners' language use and cognitive function across proficiency levels. In the 2012 version of the standards, explicit connections are also made to the Common Core state standards. To better serve English learners in Ben L. Smith High School, teachers engaged in a year-long SIOP professional development and participated in workshops regarding the use of WIDA standards and Common Core state standards in instruction with English learners.
My name is Michael LeClaire. I'm one of the lead ESL teachers here in Guilford County Schools. I've been working with Smith High School since the fall of 2007. That's when Smith High School decided to put a lead ESL teacher position in the school. And one of the goals of that was to create a better instructional program for its LEP population. So that included looking at developing academic language for those students in their ESL courses, but also working with content teachers to develop a curriculum, a sheltered instruction curriculum that would meet the academic language needs of the ESL students while helping them to achieve and master the content goals of their courses. When I talk about this program specifically at Smith, one of the points that I like to make is that there are a lot of supports, and that's true. There's tutoring that's quite helpful for our students. We also have a newcomers school that I think has made a tremendous difference in helping our recently arrived ESL students acclimate to U.S. schools and the culture of U.S. schools, as well as putting in the foundational concepts that they need to be successful at high school. That's been a great support. Here at Smith High School, we do have the lead ESL position, which is a great resource in terms of coordinating between different departments and different stakeholders.
My name is Ann Arnold. I am the lead ESL teacher at Ben L. Smith High School. This is my 16th year with Guilford County Schools, and I have taught middle school language arts, high school English, high school ESL, elementary school ESL.
It's important that we're able to put the right students with the right teachers, that there's a lot of consideration that goes into how students get scheduled. I know that the lead teachers here at Smith High School in the spring, they start looking at the data on the rising 9th graders, for example, and they know the student's language level. They know how that student is developing in terms of literacy based on the Ames Web data that we have on those students, or the EVOS growth data that we have on those students. So they're able to make informed decisions about what type of class is best going to serve that student's needs, and what type of ESL support that student will need. And that involves working closely with administrators, working closely with the counseling department, so that we're able to build those classes and those sections for those students.
One of the challenges I think our students face is academic language. And when we speak about academic language, we think about those terms that many students have been learning since they were in the first grade, and they've been built upon through schools in the United States since kindergarten in the first grade, and oftentimes they're reinforced at home. But when we have students that are refugees and have come from different countries, they don't have that same academic language background. And when they get into a class, oftentimes they're expected to know these terms and know not only know what the words mean, but how to apply the vocabulary within a content. And they don't have that knowledge. So especially when I was working in sheltered English, one of the biggest problems that I had was having to build up that vocabulary, and I think that's the same across the board in math and science. That vocabulary needs to be built up, and it takes a lot of time, and our students don't have a lot of time. One of the things that an ESL student brings to a school is a respect for education, and it's a strong respect for education and a respect for teachers that teachers often fight over. Teachers want to have the ESL kids in their classroom because of that strong respect for school and for educators that the students display. And it's very empowering as a teacher to have a student who treats you with the respect that a lot of times ESL students treat teachers with.
As the lead teacher here can tell you, or the parent liaisons could tell you, there are many parent visits every day made by the parents of ESL students. And I think that is a great asset, because parents are coming into the building and showing their children that they value what goes on here, that they care about what they do here, and that the school cares about them, that there's a connection between their parents and the people who are teaching them. I think that helps students understand that they have a place here.
We do a lot to bring parents in and to make the parents or help the parents to feel empowered in the school. And I think that's one thing that Smith really has an advantage of, because we do have the community liaisons here, both Vietnamese and Spanish. And we don't limit ourselves to just those two communities. We help all ESL parents or all linguistically diverse parents come in and feel empowered and feel that they have a voice. Smith for a long time has been a PSYOP school, and throughout the years we've had PSYOP training. And if you've gone to PSYOP training, one of the things about it also is that you know that PSYOP helps everybody, not just ESL students, but it helps all students. And this year they had PSYOP training in two formats. They had it for new teachers that have not experienced PSYOP before, and then they had it for as a refresher for teachers that had PSYOP before and wanted to continue in their classes.
Our LEP composite here at Smith ranks with some of the best high schools in the state, and often by 20 percentage points.
I find Smith to be a very supportive school for students. They really want to work to make students to be successful and to go the extra mile. And so I think we have been able to, as a group, push these kids further than maybe at another school where they might have not had that community outreach, and they foreseeably could have gotten lost in the shuffle.
This video provides an overview of the educational context for English learners at Ben L. Smith High School and features 5 mathematics teachers who worked with English learners in their classrooms. These teachers are Niqua DeCosta, Michelle Hanna, Dawn Harris, Kenyatta Ridley, and Sean Wiesner. We would like to also give special thanks to Ann Arnold, ESL lead teacher at Ben L. Smith High School, Mr. Donovan Hoskins, principal of Smith High School, Michael LeClaire, ESL lead teacher from Guilford County Schools, and Martha Ray, secondary mathematics curriculum specialist from Guilford County Schools, for their contribution to this project. This video was made possible with the support from the NC Ready for Success mini grant.